Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio Rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On one sideline, look at the head coach of the Browns. His side, one of the top groups in the league here in the early days of this season. Owners of a 4-1 record. On the Steelers sideline, that is head coach Mike Tomlin. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's going to score a touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. And that opening series, you use this word a lot with me, Brock, methodical. No massive highlights, just effective play calling, steady progress until they cross that goal line.
Yep, and to fans and fantasy football owners, might not have been a highlight, but to the coaches, the entire
first time out.
10 yards on the pickup.
Second down, looking for options. He's trying to push the field. That's complete inside the 35. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers make it a one-score game before halftime.
There are a couple different ways now you can win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body to try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide. His feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that...
Fine. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's got it near the 8. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a 4th quarter lead. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied. You're able to score. And defense plays with tremendous pursuit. You force 4th downs just as they did.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Browns have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know.
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. 24. Let's play, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Looking to throw it. They'll have the 1st down and even more. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first. When you just look at the game circumstances, puts him in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
to pass on 1st and 10. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh. Anticipated contest between the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. They're on the Falcons sideline. That is head coach Raheem Morris. His side hoping to stay above 500 after this week. They're 3-2 here today. On the other side, head coach of the Bengals there, Zach Taylor. His guys with the crowd at their backs, and things only going to get louder once this game begins. Go out ahead the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2020. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
We're out under the clear skies. You don't get a lot of this. It is coming down on them.
Here's Robinson. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole...
Looking inside the red zone. Getting out to his left. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons will add to their lead at the end of the half. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Shotgun handoff to Pierce. It's inside the 10. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals now within 1 score in the 4th. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him to do their job. You got a block up front, receivers got a block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
They need 2 to keep it going. Brooks going for the marker. Keeps away from one. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
This is 3rd and inches. Trying to get it with the option. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's hard to go. From the gun, and get to Brooks. And What a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Big moment coming up for Evan McPherson on this attempt. A very short kick here from the right hand. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize...
Trey Hendrickson on the tackle.
That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. And in overtime here, Brock, I know you love this one. A touchdown no longer in...
Continue the steady progress downfield and getting that opening first down. So critical to any possession, but even more so in overtime.
Running left, it's Pierce. They get there to take him down right around the 41. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Falcons' 36-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Throwing the out route complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. A pickup of 17. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati. Close, but he is stopped before he can get to that 1st down. Picks up 4. Now to throw. He's got Kasicki complete. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
And the Bengals, 1st down.
Wow. Looking to throw it. Ground game works for the touchdown. The Bengals go up by 6. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. They're leaving nothing a chance here. Look at this. The jumbo set out for 3rd down and inches. Try and pick this up on the ground. And they fought their way through to stop him behind the line. It's going to be 4th now and less than a yard. This is it, Brock. Make or break right here. Overtime rules gave them a chance to go touchdown for touchdown. But if they don't come through on this 4th down, they have wasted that chance.
And they're humans down there. They're not robots. They know exactly what these circumstances are, but this is also, Kate, where you tell yourself to do your job. Just do...
Penix on 1st down. He'll slide down after picking up a couple. 2nd down upcoming. Penix here from the gun. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 5 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 13.
So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb, going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals are...
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
On the other side, and up to the 28-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this.
Came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Yards to pick up the first. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along
the mix. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, 76 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
correct on both counts. All right, because once he
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Ladd McConkey, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him. Because
On 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play actions.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing.
A 7-yard pickup.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers have moved out in front. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect?
That trend on 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And this time, he is in. Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one.
The gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. This is a big play, 3rd and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely.
It's a gain of a yard.
Herbert.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
And this is He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Lad McConkey, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play.
Level. It's 3rd and long. Johnston hauls it in. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now Herbert. And it's a short one. In full roar. Here's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing, Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will have a first down here.
It's a pickup of 3.
Herbert going to throw. That's the right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. Chargers
2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
at their own 35-yard line.
One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi everyone, Brandon Gordon, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, the Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss.
Just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Jets will take over. So out comes this offense to take over 2nd and goal.
At the Jets' 8-yard
From the gun, it's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high trap.
1st and goal. To throw is Fields. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
touchdown.
Breece Hall, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets are able to move back in front. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that...
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ollie Gordon, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of
goal from the one.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll try to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets have yet again retaken the lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch down. Now it's Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Two-yard line. Now they send a man in motion right.
First down.
They'll run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing.
They'll look to throw. He'll try to... Well, he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here's Tua. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. The Dolphins going to take. Tua. And he's got it. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yes, multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
This might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. But here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll work this down to the 40. 3 timeouts. Here's Fields. As he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
From here on, any score could be the win.
Now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things...
27. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And last week's loss came despite a clean...
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing...
Just a little pass there, call it the 26. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And they'll be back. Henderson will take this one in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, New England.
And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got a lot.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards.
Here's May. To the right side and intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense,
empty on, they'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down is May. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are back within a score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
But this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 3 yards out. And the Patriots are an extra point away from evening this one up. And down near the goal line here. Here's May. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, New England.
Hunter Henry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you said 3 rushing to 8-yard line.
Back to throw. And he's he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Patriots answer back with a touchdown of their own to take, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. To throw is Allen. That's taken in by Knox.
Out of bounds, just short of midfield.
Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's going to drape all over the passing lane.
Yes, that's exactly what you're doing. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not.
He takes it across for a touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The Bills are
to throw is Allen. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for two.
Well, that decision to me was
on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. He's got Henry. He's across midfield. Now the Patriots in this fourth quarter of play. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. What a great effort there. He's going to get a nice run. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. He hasn't missed a territory at this point, but a critical third down here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Patriots, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3 and 3.